Welcome to the Tollers Family Law webcast. My name is Alan Peck. I'm the head of the family law team and for my sins a specialist family lawyer. I work with a team of 5 family lawyers. The fact that you are watching this video probably means that either you or someone close to you are having family difficulties. I know that there is a lot of good information out there on the internet, but I would encourage you to see a family lawyer. There is no set formula for sorting out family difficulties, but a good family lawyer will provide you with options for resolving matters based on the individual circumstances of each case. At every first meeting that I have with a client, I will learn as much as possible about the circumstances of my client and the case itself. Armed with that information, I can, on most occasions, give a broad outline of how matters can be resolved. I guarantee you that you will leave that first meeting much better informed and with a clearer idea of your rights, and that is half the battle. Having had that first meeting, there are different options as to how to move things on. One option I call the kitchen table option. If the facts of the case are straightforward and there is still good communication between a couple, it might be possible for them to sit down and sort out a resolution between themselves. By having had that first meeting with me or one of my team, at least one of the couple have some idea as to the possible alternatives for resolving matters. I've had a number of clients who have gone off, sorted things out around the kitchen table and have then come back to me and said, we have an agreement, can you help us turn it into a legally binding agreement, and can you help us implement the terms of the agreement? My team and myself can do just that. In some cases the client wants to negotiate with the other person but doesn't feel confident enough to do it with just the two of them. This is where a mediator may become involved. A mediator acts not as a judge but as a facilitator of the negotiations. It does make sense to have spoken with me or one of my team prior to commencing mediation. By having spoken to a family lawyer, you will enter into the mediation process with some idea as to the likely boundaries of any settlement. You need to have some idea of those boundaries if the negotiations and mediation are going to be fair and realistic. An alternative to mediation is a process called the collaborative law approach. This approach involves agreeing to exclude the courts and instead resolve matters by a series of round-the-table meetings involving the parties and their respective collaborative lawyers. If those meetings result in an agreement, the collaborative lawyers will turn what has been agreed into a legally binding arrangement and will be able to assist in implementing the agreement. If you do not reach an agreement, then you will have to dispense with your collaborative lawyers and obtain alternative legal representation. I appreciate that that does not sound a terribly attractive idea of having to start anew with a different lawyer, but that is the point. Your collaborative lawyer has a vested interest in helping you to resolve matters because if they fail, they will lose you as a client. You and the other person will not wish to start again with new lawyers, and that may help focus and promote an early settlement. The fact that 4 of my team of 5 have been trained as collaborative lawyers shows our faith and belief in this particular option for settling matters. In some cases, the thought of sitting down with the other person, whether around a kitchen table or in mediation or by way of collaboration, is simply too much for a person. If that is the case, there remains the option of instructing a family lawyer to represent you and negotiate on your behalf in the usual manner of a family lawyer. Whichever option you adopt, I would urge you to obtain advice from a specialist family lawyer. Come see one of my team for a no obligation fixed fee meeting. It is no obligation because more often than not you just want advice, and having had that advice you want time to go away and chew over what you have been told. Come and see us. You will leave the meeting better informed than when you arrived. Thank you for your interest.